Good morning to you. Time is just around 9 o'clock in the morning here in Lennoxtown on what has been a downright frigid night indeed. The temperature at the house dropped down to around minus 12.5. May have actually, since I left the house, topped around minus 13 degrees. Nothing moving. Unfortunately, folk are still trapped in their cars on the M8 in Glasgow, and many sections of the M8 all the way across to Edinburgh. And what has been a long night for people, a long and very cold night indeed. Many other arteries across the central belt as well have seen abandoned trucks, cars, and indeed vehicles that are stuck or basically just trapped in a queue of many hundreds of vehicles. The conditions atrocious, and indeed everything's frozen solid now. Perth, the city of Perth was in the minus 15 to minus 16 range this morning. There was reports on the radio, BBC Radio Scotland, of minus 14.5 in Livingston, minus 18 I believe in parts of Aberdeenshire, as well as Perthshire, minus 13 in Edinburgh. And indeed, because people are obviously trapped in their cars, fuel running out, food running out, where do people go to the toilet, things like that, it's obviously quite a dire situation, and it really brings home how the country cannot cope with a bitter and severe winter weather. Indeed, we're not equipped for it, and that's very evident indeed as you just look around you. The streets are empty. This is meant to be rush hour. I was walking through the town of Lennoxtown, and the place is just dead. Nothing moving. There doesn't seem to be any buses running. There was one person said to me this morning that they believe that the road between Torrance and Bishopbriggs is closed simply because cars are skating all over the place in the icy conditions. And indeed, the conditions continue to be bad on the major M80, the A8, the M8, the M74, M77 apparently is moving. So certainly conditions are pretty horrendous. Temperatures today probably won't top out around minus 7, I believe. I think you're talking a very cold day ahead, and indeed similar numbers tonight as the skies remain clear, Arctic air mass in place, and indeed widespread deep snow cover. Conditions continue to be poor, and unfortunately I'm sure many people can't wait for the warmer Atlantic air to try and push its way in by the end of this week. Indeed, so conditions, I reckon there's going to be places minus 15 to minus 18 degrees tonight anywhere across the central belt. Conditions are just too perfect for sub-zero cold, and certainly it looks as if hopefully today we're going to get things back moving again. Hopefully get the M8 and all the other major arteries cleared of lorries and abandoned vehicles and so on. But certainly it's still very cold, even though the sun's rising. The temperatures are still in single digits Fahrenheit, and the schools are closed, and I believe many people won't be at their work. It's very evident in the fact that there's hardly any movement this morning on what would typically be a busy weekday. So as you can see, a beautiful sunrise this morning over a very frozen, frigid Arctic Scotland. Mark Fogan here reporting for the video blog. Please check out the blog later today, as I'm going to bring full coverage of this realisation that the winters can still hit Scotland and hit them pretty severely, deeming all modern technology, all modern vehicles and modern way of life back to the Stone Age, it seems. Bye for now.